wherever you're joining in from today. My name is Rav, and I'm the program manager at Reactor London, and welcome to another live session at the Reactors. Before we get into the session, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We're all here to learn, so please be respectful of other people's views. The chat's going to be open throughout, so we do encourage you all to participate. We're back again with another episode of Game of Learners, and today we'll be talking about artificial intelligence in Power Platform. This session will be led by Frank, but with that, I am now actually going to, I was going to hand over to Julia, but I think she's having some technical difficulties, so she'll probably get back in. So yeah, we'll just wait a couple of seconds. So to wait for Julia. Yeah, I think Julia's back in, so I'm going to bring her up on the stream. Hi, Julia. Hi.
Hey, Rav.
Hello.
Are you able to hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes. So I'll bring up
All
your
right.
slide as well.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I got kicked off the internet for a second there. So, hello everyone, and welcome to session number 3 out of 8 of the Game of Learners Power Platform Clinics program. So, this is actually a series where we'll be having 8 live sessions to take our learners throughout everything you need to know about the Power Platform. So, we started off with an introductory session on Thursday last week. Tuesday this week, we had a second session focusing on how you can build applications on Power Apps. And today's session is going to really focus about AI. So everyone is talking about artificial intelligence and the different advancements that, everyone is just really excited about. And you might wonder, as a local developer, do I stand any chance to actually incorporate these amazing technologies in my local solutions? And so today we have Frank, who's going to answer all of your questions. And so I'll actually introduce Frank and let him take it away. But before that, in case you want to learn more about this series, kindly visit our page at aka.ms/GOL Power Platform. And again, throughout the session, if you learn something interesting, definitely feel free to share that with us on social media using our Power Platform Clinics hashtag. And with that, I'll hand it over to Frank. For any questions, please do post them on the chat and we'll be able to respond to them. Frank, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. So, hello everyone, and now I will give you a little introduction into artificial intelligence in Power Platform. My name is Frank Geisler, and I'm a German-based data platform MVP. I run my own company here in Germany, and we will have a look at Power Platform and on artificial intelligence within Power Platform. What we picked here is we picked an example of Power Virtual Agents, which is the chatbot solution which is incorporated into Power Platform. What we do here, you can do with all other things in Power Platform as well. So you can also build artificial intelligence, for example, into Power Apps, or you can use artificial intelligence within Power Automate flows. But we will do this with Power Virtual Agents. So what is on our agenda for today? First of all, I will give you an introduction to Power Virtual Agents to just talk about what is it, how does it work, how you can build a Power Virtual Agent. Then I will give you a very simple demo on a Power Virtual Agent, how to build one and how to talk with the Power Virtual Agent. Next thing is, because we're talking about AI, we will have a look at the AI Builder. The AI Builder is a tool Microsoft offers in the Power Platform where you can have different things you can do with AI, for example, detection of objects or sentiment analysis of texts or analysis of written text and such things you can do with AI Builder. It's very easy, so you don't have to be a data scientist or something like this to build artificial intelligence models with AI Builder. Then I will show you how we can use this AI Builder in our Power Virtual Agent. And last but not least, we'll have a look at connectors. So there, for the Power Platform, there are different connectors to different services which are not from Microsoft. And one service is, I think everyone is talking about right now, is ChatGPT. So I will show you how we can incorporate ChatGPT into our Power Virtual Agent and to talk to the Power Virtual Agent. And last but not least, we will bring it all together and talk about how you can incorporate everything with Power Virtual Agents. So let's start with an introduction to Power Virtual Agents. So what is Power Virtual Agents? First of all, Power Virtual Agents are very easy to create customizable chatbots. So you don't have to have knowledge of programming or use some programming languages to build a Power Virtual Agent. You can do it within a very easy to use interface. I will show it in the demo. And what you can do there is you can build chatbot which can respond to written text. So this chatbot itself uses artificial intelligence to detect what you are typing in. So what you can do, we will come to this a little bit later, is you can define some trigger phases, which will then start one topic, for example. And the Power Virtual Agents use artificial intelligence to determine from what you rented which trigger phase it could be. So you don't have to match the exact trigger phase that was created by the developer of the Power Virtual Agent, but something which is similar. So, for example, if there is a greeting, you can say hello, you can say good morning, or such things, and even if you type in something which wasn't defined beforehand, it could the Power Virtual Agent can detect that this could be a greeting or something like this. So the use case for Power Virtual Agents are that employees can concentrate to tougher problems, and all the easy problems can be solved by a Power Virtual Agent. And as I already said, it's very easy to create. There is no code, so it has a graphical user interface. And the thing is, before Power Virtual Agents or before such no-code solutions, there was a gap between subject matter experts who are experts in the subject that the Power Virtual Agent shall chat about, and the developers, right? And now, because we have a no-code graphical user interface, a subject matter expert is able, or a power user is able, to build a Power Virtual Agent. So the other thing is we can integrate a Power Virtual Agent with different other systems. And what's interesting here is that a Power Virtual Agent is not only able to chat to you, but it's also able to do things in the background. So, for example, if we're talking about a Power Virtual Agent, maybe that is able to book a flight for you or something like this, you can chat with it to determine the right flight, and then you can have an action, and this action can really book your flight. And so a Power Virtual Agent is not only able to chat with you, but also that it can do some actions here. And there are Microsoft actions which are within the Power Platform, which are in Office 365, but there are also so many different actions with other systems which can be connected through connectors. So if you would like to have some kind of custom workflow so that the Power Agent is doing something really, then you can use Power Automate for this. So Power Automate is the workflow engine which is below the Power Virtual Agent, and Power Automate can then carry out some tasks. So the Power Virtual Agent is the low-code, no-code solution, which is based on the Microsoft Bot framework. So there is, if maybe what can be done with Power Virtual Agents is not sufficient for you, and you can do a lot of things with Power Virtual Agent, but it could be that there's some things you cannot do with it. So you can program the Microsoft Bot framework. But to build simple chatbots, it's not necessary to use the Microsoft Bot Framework. And there is an AI-driven dashboard which you can use to monitor and improve the bot. So you can see what are the people talking with my bot and how maybe there are some questions that are asked to the bot which the bot cannot answer, something like this. So what you can do is you can just analyze it and see where you can maybe enhance your bot and where you can have several additional topics. So what are the benefits of using Power Virtual Agents? First of all, you can empower your team to get all the the things that Power Virtual Agent can solve, get away from your team, so your team can concentrate on more tougher questions. And the other thing is, you can, for sure, this is an automatic technology, you can reduce costs and you can improve customer satisfaction because the Power Virtual Agent is able to quickly help. Maybe when the customer is calling a help desk or something like this, and the help desk cannot answer, or the help desk is busy, is crowded, the customer cannot reach the help desk, then you can use a Power Virtual Agent just to have something the customer can talk to, and maybe the Power Virtual Agent is able to solve the problem for the customer. So let's go one slide further. So the highlights of Power Virtual Agents are: you can get started in seconds, you can empower subject matter experts, as I already said. And what you can do is you can enable rich natural conversations. So the person who is chatting with the chatbot maybe is not aware that this is the technology, but the person could think that he's talking to an actual person. And there is also the possibility to escalate. So if the chatbot is not able to answer certain questions, then it's able to escalate to a real person, to an agent, who then could take over and maybe can solve the problem. And as I already said, the chatbot is also able to take action. You can monitor and improve chatbot performance, and there is also an integration into Dynamics 365. So what you can do there is you can use I don't know the real name, but the customer part of Dynamics 365 to use this Power Virtual Agent. And what's interesting as well is that you can easily use if you have maybe some FAQs, or if you have in the customer service in Dynamics 365, if there are some knowledge base articles or something like this, everything can be used to as a basis for your Power Virtual Agent. So you don't have to type in everything on your own. So here are some insight or some slides where we can have a little look. For example, this is how the UI looks like. So this is the flow of conversation. This is where you can test your chatbot, but this is something we will see in our demo as well. Maybe here a quick glance at the monitoring capabilities. So you can you have several KPIs and several metrics where you can just look how your chatbot is performing, and maybe use this as information to enhance your chatbot as well. Okay, so one last slide here. This is something where you can just jump over to a flow, to a Power Automate flow, and the Power Automate flow can then carry out actions. And what's interesting here as well, and we will see this in the demo as well, is that on the one hand, you can pass over information from the chatbot to the Power Automate flow. The Power Automate flow can then do things with the information you pass to it, and then can give information back. So maybe a very easy thing is you could do some calculation or something like this within a Power Virtual within Power Automate flow, and pass in some numbers, and the result will be passed back. I will show you this when we leverage the AI Builder model. Okay, so let's move on. So there are different important components a Power Virtual Agent is made of. First of all, there are topics. A topic is a certain conversation on one single topic. And within a topic, there is a flow of conversation. This was the flow chart you have seen in the slide. This is the flow of conversation within one topic. Then there are several entities. An entity is like an object of real life. An entity could be a name. An entity could be a color. An entity could be some kind of object. It could be maybe your product, whatever. There are some system defined entities, and what you can do as well is you can define your entities yourself. And last but not least, there are actions, as I already was talking about. So Power Virtual Agent can also carry out some actions and do something, right? Okay. So topics, as I already said, are defining the conversation of a chatbot, and there are some things how you can author a topic. First of all, there are some customizable provided templates, so you can have a look at how these topics are built. I will show you in a minute. Then what you can do is, for sure, you can create new topics from scratch. And what you have to do is, if you create a new topic, you just have to build your flowchart within the within the UI, and define how the flow of conversation will go within this topic. And the other thing is, what you can do as well is you can get some topics from help sites. So for example, if you have an FAQ site, which is like question answer, then you can just import this FAQ site, so you don't have to put in all the information into Power Virtual Agent, and it will build automatically some topics from your FAQ site. A topic is built this way that there is a trigger phrase, and this trigger phrase is related to specific issues, like for example to to keywords, to phrases, to questions, and the topic defines how the chatbot will respond. So the other thing is you can use AI to understand the chatbot uses AI to understand the natural language. So it will no matter what you type in, if it matches the trigger phrase some kind of, then it will just start the topic. And the other thing, what you can do, as I showed you already in the screenshot, is that you can test your chatbot in a test chatbot pane. So you can just, while you're developing your chatbot or your Power Virtual Agent, you can just choose and just try just have a test of the chatbot and see how it will respond. So next thing is there are system and sample topics. These are some sample topics. These are system topics, which like, for example, thank you or a greeting or this escalate topic. And I will show these topics when we get into the demo. So the other thing, entities that are the key part of natural language understanding. And what you have to do if you build your own entities, first of all, you have to identify which entities do I need for my chatbot, like, for example, a product or like a customer or whatever. And there are some entities which are already defined as pre-built entities, for example, things like age, things like colors, numbers. And what you can do for sure is you can build your custom entities, which are on your special purpose, what you're building the bot for, and you can use there some custom entities as well. So last but not least, we do have some actions, and this action can be called by just calling a Power Automate flow. So what your action will finally do is defined by your Power Automate flow. Your Power Automate flow will get in some information and will put out some other information. So the other information, the result of the Power Automate flow, then can be used for the result of the chatbot. So this is the answer the chatbot will give you after carrying out some kind of action. You can use this to automate activities, and you can use this also to call backend systems. And I will show you how to call the AI builder or an AI builder model through one Power Automate flow action. So another interesting thing is, because everything is within the Power Platform, that flows can be only called from a topic in the same data verse than the bot is in, right? And flows can use variables, as I already said. Flows can use variables for input and output of information. Next thing is, if you after building your bot, and when you tested your bot and you are done, then you have to publish your bot. And you can publish your bot on multiple platforms. You can publish it on websites. You can publish it for mobile apps. You can publish it for messaging platforms, like, for example, for Teams, for Facebook, for all these things. And there is a connector which even gives you the ability to publish a chatbot through audio system, so you can use the chatbot through a phone or something like this. So and there is a very interesting information in the material that Julia provided how to do this. So after you published your chatbot, you can connect it to additional channels. So your chatbot is not only aimed on one channel, for example, on Teams or on Facebook. You can have it on both. And it's exactly the same chatbot. So when you maintain your chatbot, when you're adding new topics or something like this, if you do so, you have to republish it, but you don't have to do it for Teams, for Facebook, and so on. You only have one chatbot, and you can just publish it to different channels. Okay, and what a chatbot also supports is authentication. It supports authentication through OAuth2. So what you can do here is you can authenticate the user and then give the user special access to some topics only authenticated people shall access. Such things are able, or you're able to do such things as well. Okay, so let's build our first bot, and I will show you a demo. I will just leave my PowerPoint here, okay, and I jump onto my virtual machine, and this is the UI for Power Virtual Agents. You get here by just typing in web.powerva.microsoft.com, and then you have to log in with your Azure Active Directory account, and after that you are here. And to create a new chatbot, you just have to click on New Chatbot. We will build a chatbot for production here, and we have to give it a name. We will give it the name of Frank's demo chatbot. Well, and what you can do here as well is you can select the language in which the chatbot will answer. So in our case, we won't select German here for now, but I will select English, so everyone can understand what the chatbot is talking. And now I'm clicking on Create. Now the chatbot is created, which takes a little time. And after the chatbot has been created, we will be presented with a chatbot that has some system topics, like, for example, the greeting, like the end of conversation, like the escalation one, and we will see some other topics. So what you can do here is, this is the menu for your chatbot, and I can just move to topics, and I will go on here. And the chatbot is still creating, but we can have a look at the topics as well. So you see there are some sample topics like these, and there are some system topics like these, for example, greeting, escalate, and so on. What you can do is you can turn topics on and off. So if you don't want to have some certain topics within your chatbot, but you don't want to delete it, and now the UI just get operational because now the chatbot has been created. If you don't want to have certain topics, you can just switch them on and off like this. So yeah, now it's off. So, and you see here several topics, like, for example, a topic where you can see the trigger phrase here. I will just select this one. This is a simple topic. So the trigger phrases are, and the example is a chatbot that can chat on several stores with you. So here are some trigger phrases, like, for example, when you're closed, when you're open, and so on. And you see this is a build of several components. So this is the trigger phrase. Then there is a message that the chatbot will show you when it enters this conversation. And then there is another message it will show you, and then this is the end of the conversation. So this is a very simple topic. What I can do here is I can just click on track between topics. So when I'm just chatting with the bot, you will see, in this case, you will see how the bot will react. So first of all, what I can do is I can say hello, and then the chatbot will just, as you see here, it jumped to the topic greeting, and I can now go to when are you open. This was the simple topic, and and you can see here that these are all the information that comes from the oh, it jumped to the end of conversation, but these are all the topics which came from here, right? So you can do some more complex things, like for example, you can have a topic with a condition, like this one here. For example, are there uh, there any stores around? Stores around. Okay. Okay, it didn't get that, so I will give it another try. Store near me. Okay. Why I yeah. I know why it did this, because we just turned this one off. Yeah, okay. So I will just turn it on, and now I will store around me. Yeah. And now what this chat or what this conversation does is it asks where I'm interested in, and it gives me some thing where I can select, and maybe I'm interested in a store in Redmond, and then it just gives me the address of the company store at the visitor center in Redmond, right? And you can see this here. I will just zoom out a little bit so you can see it. So this is how the flow of conversation is, and this is very easy. So you don't have to program in any programming language or something like this. It's very easy. You can just yeah, define all the nodes here, and can just insert some information here. And what you can do here, for example, I will show you. What you can do here is there are several nodes you can just insert, like ask a question. So the chatbot will get some information back from the user. What you can do is you can add a condition. So you say, well, if this is the case, then do this. If this is the case, then do that, and so on. You can call an action. I will come to this a little bit later when we're talking about the AI builder. Um, it can just simply display a message like a text or something like this. And what it can do as well, it can redirect to another topic. You have seen this when I was presenting the simple conversation, which only showed us the opening hours. And the last step was the end of conversation. And end of conversation, this is, yeah, I will leave. I didn't end anything. The end of conversation is like this one, where you can, for example, can insert some kind of query or something like this to get how the user how good the user experience was, or something like this. Okay, so this is how chatbots are built, and what you can do for sure is you can just insert a new topic, for example, from blank, and then you can insert a trigger phrase. The trigger phrase is um, tell me about Lüdinghausen. It's the city where I live in. Lüdinghausen, for example, and then you can just add a message here. Well, it's I will just put this away. So Lüdinghausen is nice, for example. So I can just save it. Oh, I didn't give it the symbol. I will just give it. Oh, okay. I can just save it. And going back here. No, don't leave. it hadn't saved it. Okay, let's check if our topic is active. Yes, that is on. And how is no. Oh, it doesn't save the trigger phase. Okay, so just put it in here. Okay, I would save it again. I think I missed out to save it. So, but I think you get the point how this works. You see. Okay, so as you've seen, it's very easy to build chatbots with this Power Virtual Agents. And now let's move back to the slides, because now this is very simple, right? You can put in questions and then give it answers and everything like this. But now let's see how we can leverage this with AI, and we can extend it with AI first through AI Builder. So I will just leave my virtual machine, and I will just go back to my slides, and we will just switch. Okay, so we've seen our first demo. Next thing is an introduction to AI Builder. So the Microsoft, what is the Microsoft Power Platform? The Microsoft Power Platform is an environment where you can automate processes and predict outcome, and you can use AI Builder to have AI technology within the Microsoft Power Platform. And it doesn't matter if you're building a Power Virtual Agent, if you're building a Power App, or if you're building a Power Automate Flow. With all of these technologies, you can use AI Builder models to add some artificial intelligence. And the thing is that you can very quickly bring AI to the apps and flows, and use this AI on business data. This business data that can be, for example, in the Microsoft database. The business data can be located in SharePoint. It could be in OneDrive. It could be in Azure. It could be in some of the offerings Microsoft is offering in the Azure Data Platform. And here as well, the AI Builder is a tool that you can use with no code. That you can it simplifies the creation of AI models or of AI experience without writing any code. So you don't have to be a data scientist or something like this, or an AI specialist, to include AI within your Power Platform. There are two different kinds of AI models within AI Builder. First of all, there are pre-built AI models. The pre-built AI models don't need to gather data, and you don't have to build and train models. So usually, if you're building AI models, you have to have some training data, and with this training data, you have to train your AI model. This is something, if you use a pre-built AI model, like for example the sentiment analysis or something like this, you don't have to train this, because Microsoft has already done this for you, which is on the other hand a very good thing, because for example, things like sentiment analysis or AI models in general. AI models really benefit from much data you put in to train the model, right? And so it is another thing if Microsoft puts in terabytes of data to train the model, or if you put in 100 rows of data or something like this, right? So you can use this pre-built AI models. And there are some things like, for example, analyze text for classification, for key phrases, for the language, and for the sentiment. Is the text which we put in, is it more positive or is it more negative? You can, for example, use an AI model to predict if something is happening or if something will happen. You can use it for processing business card information. You can process text from images. So you have a photo where there's maybe a menu on it, and you can just use an AI model to grab the text of the menu and process it then as text and not anymore as image. What you can do as well is you can read and save information from standard documents. For example, if you have some things like maybe an invoice, right? There are several things which have to be on an invoice, like there is an invoicing date, there is an invoicing client, there is maybe someone who does the invoice, there is an amount of money you have to pay, and all of this, and you get several invoices from several companies. And what this model can do, it can just extract the information from these documents, which could be, for example, could be an image, could be a PDF document or something like this. It will extract these information from the standard documents. And what it could be as well is it can recognize and count items in images. And apart from the pre-built AI models, you can build your own AI models and train them with your own data. So this is an example for AI Builder where it's the thing which we would like to solve here is image recognition. So there are images of several tea cans which are in different color, like green or brown or magenta here, and the task that is given to this AI is to detect the TCATs. And this is demo data sets where are different pictures of TCATs. And after we process this training data, where we have to train our model, we can show it some unknown pictures and can ask the AI, is there a TCAT on it? And maybe something about AI as well is that if you're using AI, you don't get exact answers, but what you get is you get some predictions or possibilities. So it will give you a result back where it says like, well, there is a 85% chance of a TCAN being on this picture, right? And the higher the number, the more certain the AI is that there is a TCAN on it, or in this, yeah. Okay, so let's have a look at the AI Builder. So what you can do is you can have the common use of AI Builder to automate processes. For example, an invoice is sent to you via email. The AI Builder fetches, or the Power Automate flow that uses the AI Builder fetches this email, maybe extracts a PDF file which is attached to this email, and then grabs the information from this invoice. Could be an invoicing email mailbox, fetches the information of this invoice and puts it into a JSON script, and you can then process the JSON script where you get all the information like who is the invoicer, how much is the amount, which date, and all of this. All the other thing is you can use AI to analyze text, already identify customer feedback, and to detect sentiment. Where can AI Builder be used? It can be used in Power Apps and Power Automate. And you see here, these are all different models you can use within AI Builder. And I just encourage you to just try it out. Give it a try and try different models to see what they do. And all these models also have some text where or some description where it says what the different model or the different AI model will do. So, and this is on this slide here. You see, this is, for example, the example with the invoice. And as you can see here as well, the invoice is not very clean. It was scanned in not correctly, so it has a little drift in it. There is maybe the mark of a coffee cup on this as well. But the AI Builder model is able to identify some information, and you can see this is the information which was extracted from this invoice. So what do we have to do to create our first model? We have to select our model type. As I said, there are two classes of models that require customization, or pre-built models that can be used right away. And there are different models that can be customized, like document processing, object detection, as we've seen on the other slide, prediction, if you want to predict something, or category classification. And these are all models which can be customized because Microsoft doesn't know what you would like, for example, to detect on your images for objects, right? So this is something which is very client based, or very, very, very use case based. It has a guided experience. So each model, for sure, because the models are all different, has its own sets of steps. And what you can do is anytime during the creation, you can save your work and return to it later. So you don't have to build an AI model in one scratch. There are quick tips which help you to understand the concepts and the actions. You have to follow the instructions, and the final step is a summary of customizations. And then what you have to do then is you have to train the model. There are different ways to use this model, like what you have to do is, first of all, you have to publish the model so it can be used, and then you can use the model in an app, you can use it in a flow, you can also use it in a database, and some models are also able to write back data to a database. So it's able to just get data from a database, process it, calculate some probabilities or something like this, and put this back to the database. So a data analyst then can pick up and can use the prediction of the AI model to just do some, for example, some dashboards in Power BI or something like this. And this creation of data or this writing back of data can also be scheduled. So enough of this, and now let's go to a demo and see how how this will work. So our case in this case is we have like a call center which gives us all the information on our shops and everything like this. And now we would like to introduce an AI builder model. What we will do is we will ask the client a question about how his experience was, and we will take the text he typed in and put it to the sentiment analysis to get back, is the client more positive, or is his answer more positive, or is it more negative? And we will do this by just switching to my machine, and I will go to topics and I will add a new topic from blank, and this is satisfaction factions. Don't type in demos. I will just put in satisfaction here. And for sure you can put in more trigger sentences, but our trigger phrases, I will just use this one so we can start our task here, and I will just hello to satisfaction analysis. Okay, and so I think I will just scroll a little bit here. So what we can do now is we can ask a question, and this question is, how was your experience? Was your experience? And we don't want to have some like 5 stars or something like this, but what we would like to have is we would like to have the user's entire response, so everything he put into the chat, and this is the whole response of the user. The whole text will be written into this variable, and I will name it user input. Next thing we will do is we will just put here an action, because we need to have Power Automate flow to send our data to the AI builder model and then get the information back. So I will put in the action and I will put on create a flow. So now we're moving to Microsoft Power Automate. I name it experience, sentiment, something like this. You see there we can add inputs. So our input will be a text. We need this input to connect it to our model. So I will put in user input. I will user input. This is where the Power Virtual Agents put in our variables, and this is the output. I will also put in the output, and this is sentiment. And this is what the sentiment. Enter a value to responses. We will do this in shorthand. So now we have to add an action. And I will just put in sentiment, and hopefully it will see our analyze positive or negative sentiment in text. This is from our AI builder. So what we have to do is we have to select the language here, which will be English. and we have to use our text. The text will be the text that the Power Virtual Agent sent here. So we will use our user input. So this will send to our sentiment. And the next thing is here, we now this is the output, which goes back to the virtual agent. And what we put in here is the overall text sentiment, which will be just if it is positive or negative. So this is our flow. I will just save it, and we will go back to our Power Virtual Agent, and we have our experience sentiment here somewhere. Let me see. Oh, I just lost it here. Call an action. So show me the actions. Oh, come on. So we see our experience sentiment we just built, and now we have to put in the variables. So what we do here is we put in our variable user input, and we just have our sentiment text, which will be output. And next thing is what we can do is we can then show a message, and the message will be a dynamic message. It will be our sentiment, which we will get back from our flow. So that's it. I will just save it. And now let's give it a try and let's have a look how this will work. So, okay, it saved it. No, it didn't save it. So just we give it just a little. Oh, topic is saved. So I'm going just back. So the satisfaction is on. And now let's type in satisfaction. So how was your experience? My experience was the best experience ever. I just want not to put in something like good or something. And now the sentiment is positive, and the experience was very bad. For example, no, I just have to start the topic. Satisfaction. So the experience was below my expectation. Something like this. It's negative, right? So this was a very easy way. We just put in some artificial intelligence into our chatbot here by just using the AI builder and using the sentiment analysis. So and this can be done with other models as well. So this is more complex, and we have to have more time for this. But as you see, it's very easy. This is something you don't have to be a data scientist or programmer to do this, right? Okay, so let's head back to our slides and let's check how to use ChatGPT in here. So let's get back to the slides. Okay, we've seen the demo, and next thing is I will show you introduction to connectors or to OpenAI and ChatGPT. And there are, if you're using the Power Platform, there are connectors to many other services which are not Microsoft services. You can even build your own connectors. Just if anyone is offering a web API, you can write a connector for this web API to leverage the functionality of the services the web API is accessing for maybe Power Automate or Flow or something like this. And as you see, there are plenty of connectors like ChatGPT, and you can use it to execute actions. So let's just jump back into the demo because our time is short. And what I will show you is I will show you I already built a chatbot that is able to chat with ChatGPT, and I don't click it here, but I will just show how this will work. So there is a topic which is called chat with ChatGPT, and this is the topic. Then we get a message. Let's chat with ChatGPT. We ask a question. Then we do the exact same thing we did with the AI builder, and we have our Power Virtual Agent flow, and we put in the response from the user, put it into the Power Virtual Agent flow, use the ChatGPT connector. I will show you the flow details here. To just I will just edit this. To just build it the same like the same way. So we get our variables, we initialize our variable here because it could be that we get a longer answer from ChatGPT. Then we use the ChatGPT connector here we can select ChatGPT engine. We can put in our information we get from our Power Virtual Agent. Put in here some parameters to parameterize our ChatGPT. What you have to have here is, if you use this, you have to have ChatGPT API key. But this API key, if you just log into ChatGPT, there is an easy way how you can create this and create it for the connection to ChatGPT. So next thing is, because we get some information back here, we have a loop, and the loop just puts in all the choices we get from ChatGPT into our variable. Then it will just analyze the JSON we got here, and what we will get from this JSON is the answer of ChatGPT. We will put back in the text, and this is the text. This is the answer which ChatGPT will give us back, and we will just pass this answer back to our virtual agent chatbot. And I think you all want to see this in action, and hopefully this will work. If it doesn't work, I will show you a video I recorded this morning, because as you all know, ChatGPT is a little bit crowded. So let's just start this, and I will just type in chat with ChatGPT. So let's see. So what do I want to know from ChatGPT? So I'm just making up some questions out of thin air here, like, what was the first album of Metallica? So this is now passed to ChatGPT. Come on. And there you see, there is the first studio album for Metallica was Kill 'Em All, released on July 25th in 1938. And this is, and we are talking now to ChatGPT, so we can ask anything. Like, for example, how is the weather in Lüdinghausen? So now it will pass to ChatGPT. Well, the conversation had ended. So chat with ChatGPT, and how is the weather in Lüdinghausen? Now this is passed to ChatGPT, and now we will just get an answer back. And this is very easy to put the power of chat. There is some temperatures and something like how it is in Lüdinghausen. And this is a very easy way to put the power of ChatGPT right into a Power Virtual Agent. And the same way we did this with Power Virtual Agent, you can leverage ChatGPT, for example, in your own Power App. It's not just limited to Power Virtual Agents. You can use it wherever you like and where you can use such a connector. Okay, so we have only some minutes left, so let's jump back to the slides. Okay, we've seen this demo. This is the video I recorded. I don't show it to you because you've seen this live, which is much better. So bringing it all together. So we have Power Virtual Agents, and Power Virtual Agents is able to execute actions through flows. Flows on this side can also be used then to access AI models, either Microsoft AI models through AI Builder, or other AI models like ChatGPT through connectors. And so these are possibilities to just give you the power to incorporate artificial intelligence in your own project. And as you've seen, it's very easy. The models, or not the models, but the topics I built in very short amount of time, and as you've seen, they are working, right? And now imagine what you could do if you just put in more work than I did, right? If you, for example, use it like for a day and build your model or build your conversation within a day or within a week or something like this, you can really do amazing things through technology, which is very easy to use. Okay, so that's from me. Are there any questions I might answer? Okay. Anything?
Hi, Frank.
Hi.
I don't think there are any questions in the chat.
Okay, great.
But obviously, a lot of people from all over the world watching your stream.
Okay, very cool. Do you have any questions? Okay. So if there are no questions, I really thank you all for attending the stream. And I like to encourage you to try it yourself. As you've seen, it's very easy. You don't have to know much about programming languages or something like this. You can just start, can use it, and well, then you can just play around a little bit with on the one hand Power Virtual Agents, and on the other hand artificial intelligence models through, on the one hand, AI Builder, and on the other hand, for example, ChatGPT. Okay, so thank you very much, and have a nice day. Julia, you have questions.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I actually have a question probably before our audience leaves. First,
Yes.
thank you so much for the amazing presentation.
Yeah,
so
you were welcome.
Yep, I did notice that once you were having a conversation with the bot, at some point you had to use the trigger word, after every conversation. So I'm just curious to understand if there's a way you can actually configure to not have to keep repeating the trigger word.
Yeah, you can do so. So what you can do, this was a very easy flow of conversation, right? But what you can do is you can, for example, if you want to keep on talking to ChatGPT, what you can do is the topic can call itself. So you don't have to insert chat to ChatGPT or something like this. You can just repeat it over and over again. And maybe what you can do in the end is you can have some like of a certain trigger phrase or something to exit this conversation, right? But this is something which was beyond the simple demo I did. But this is something you can do. As I didn't show this, but I was talking about this. What you can do as well is you can move from one topic to another topic, right?
Sounds great. So
Okay.
just one question for you.
Yeah,
I
sure.
know a lot of the people who are watching are actually students, and probably they already agree with you that this is amazing. So is there any way for a student to be able to access Power Virtual Agent as well as the other Power Platform components without really having to spend so much money or any money at all? So I'm just wondering if you have any response to that.
Yes, what you can do is you can go to this aka MS Go Power Platform, and the other thing what you can do and have some kind of evaluation account to use. And the other thing what is really good is you put together an amazing link, a list of several modules from the Microsoft Learning Portal, and everything I explained to you is covered there in much more depth. And there is another very interesting module which shows you how to connect a Power Virtual Agent to an audio channel. So you can not only type to this Power Virtual Agent, but you can actually speak to it.
Sounds good. So I know we're a little bit over time, so I think we can wrap it at that point for today. But thank you so much, Frank, for the amazing session.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Someone there's someone who's thinking that that was so much to take all at once. So this recording will actually be available for you to replay and actually try this on your own. And as you can see on the slide, what we have a next session next Tuesday, which will now focus on automation in low code, using low code and no code. So at some point you did see Frank actually doing something on Power Automate. So on Tuesday next week, kindly join us to be able to understand more about what automation is and how you can actually do this from the Power Platform. Just to add on that, you can also access these lovely Learn modules that will help you get started with Power Virtual Agents as well as AI Builder all on your own. You can access this at aka.ms/GOL Power Platform Challenge. So be on the lookout. We'll be posting some extra resources for you to join us and actually build this amazing project, without having to like attend these live sessions because you'll already have the skills. So with that, I think we'll close off today's session. Thank you all so much for joining. I guess I'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.